what's up? I hope you're good. We are here for one more Beauty Bites. This time I'm flying solo, unfortunately, but I hope you have a great time. Today we're here with the team from Coréelle. I know that you guys are knowing a little more about it now because they have the super discount deal, so be prepared to know more about the brand and get some great shopping. So let's talk about you guys. Can you introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Serum. I'm a team manager at Coréelle.
And my name's Joyce, and I'm in the global marketing team at Coréelle.
Nice. And what is Coréelle now then?
Coréelle is a K-beauty shopping destination dedicated to sharing latest and greatest from Korea. So Coréelle is a combination of two French words, Corée and Elle, which mean Korea and girl respectively.
So yeah, it's interesting that it's a combination of like two French words. I guess it makes the name really nice and elegant for like the global community. So you guys say that you're a retailer for a lot of different brands, but can you tell a little bit of the start? Like, did you started with all these options, or was it small at the beginning? Like, let us know a little bit more of your story.
We originally started out with two main brands, which is the Potions and Mellow Touch. And then now it's been over 2 years, and we've expanded to have over 50 different brands now, and we're still growing.
Oh, that's awesome. And all those brands are all K-beauty brands?
Yes, correct.
What makes Coréelle so unique and different? Like, how did you guys get to this point of being so big?
I think what differentiates Coréelle with other K-beauty brands is that most of them are run in the US or outside of Korea, but we're located in Korea. It means that we're closer to the trends. It helps us with the products that we sell as well as the contents that we create.
How do you guys pick the indie brands and like the process of like slowly growing the number of brands you have?
So we usually search for small local indie brands that are not really well known to the global community. We filter out the most authentic, that are unique and have a very clear philosophy.
Is there anything specific you look for on them, like I don't know, some concept or philosophy or type of packaging, anything that like stands out while choosing?
We do like a variety of different brands, so I feel like each brand should have their unique identity, and if we see that and if the product is high quality, then...
The brands that you guys carry as your own brands. Let's start with House of 𝗤𝗢. I know that this one is a big one on picky community. Everybody loves their rice.
With House of 𝗤𝗢, we wanted to share with the world about ancient Korean skincare. And with the Potions, we wanted to create a line that one can customize their skincare routine based on their skin concern and skin type.
They are pretty distinct brands, I would say, and it's really nice to understand a little bit more like of the ingredients. So can you tell us a little bit more about like what is the ancient Korean K-beauty? Like, what ingredients are like the ones that stand out for this type of skincare?
For House of 𝗤𝗢, our main ingredient for all the products that we use is rice bran extract and rice extract. And rice was commonly used back then for Korean women as their skincare. For instance, they would use the rice water that they washed with and use it as like a cleansing. And that apparently had a lot of benefits on the skin, and they brought the tradition. In ancient Korean times, Mungbean, they crushed it into powder and used it as a cleanser back in the day, and it helped with exfoliating as well as hydrating the skin.
I love when brands bring like this essence of Korean history into their products. Like, you make it so like meaningful, and I feel that it's so useful to use like pretty much like raw nature ingredients into the skincare. It makes it more like effective, it feels like. Let's talk a bit about the Potions. Like, I always think that the Potions is very, very interesting because it's a variety of combinations that you can just mix and match to adapt to whatever skin concerns you have.
This 3 set is called Acne Relief Set. It's for acne-prone skin, and we are recommending to use Calamine and Centella Asiatica for all over the face, and for tea tree oil serum is for spot treatment. And we are getting quite positive feedback from our community, and it's one of our best sellers.
That's great. What other products do you have on the Potions as well?
serum and 2 types of cream mixer. So depending on your skin concern or skin type, you can mix and match with 9 different ampoules with cream mixer.
Like you put the other like serums or oils in the cream, mix it, and then you apply. Oh, that's also very interesting. It's great to know. I didn't know there was like a cream to mix them all, and it seems super interesting as well. From our side, like I can say that I tried the House of 𝗣𝗢𝗛𝗓 cream, and I liked it a lot because like it's very soothing but not super heavy.
Right.
And I know that like our team loves like the Best Bomb is like one of the favorites because it's small. Oh my god,
so good.
Great. So we also talked briefly about the brands that you guys own, but I wanted to know a little more about the process. Like, how do you guys come up with an idea like, I think we should create our own skincare brand, and what's the process for like making the products or deciding on the ingredients and the concept?
I think, like, for instance, we try to listen to what our community wants the most. For example, recently we just launched a powder face wash from House of 𝗣𝗢𝗛𝗓, and we did like an Instagram poll on what type of cleanser our community wanted. For instance, like a gel cleanser or foam cleanser, and a powder wash, and actually powder wash was had the highest votes. I mean, it's been in the industry for a while, but it's also very different, and people always want something new and different. So in that sense, I feel like that's what we kind of search for. And I think it's really good because it's also like very travel friendly, so you can bring it in your carry-on.
Coréelle didn't have any product which contains retinol, but we found out that our consumers, our community was searching for retinol product for a long time. So we came up with a new product from the potions. Yeah, and they pretty like it a lot. And maybe that's the trend, that how we are catching up with our community.
So, and among all the product lines you guys have, what are your favorites, like personal favorites?
My personal favorite is the Rice brand wash-off mask, which is also one of our best-selling masks, but I feel like it's a bestseller for a reason. I use it maybe like 3-4 times a week, and it really like brightens and smooths my skin, so I really love it.
That's great. Does it also help with exfoliating, or?
It has like gently exfoliating properties.
What about you, Serum?
For me, retinol serum from the potions. We launched like 2 months ago, and I tried it for the first time, and I definitely saw improvement on my wrinkles around the eyes. Yeah, so it became my favorite.
I gotta try that one too. My skin is super sensitive, and like I'm not a super skincare pro, so I was like, should I put this on or not?
But then this one is definitely for you because our retinol is not really strong to damage your skin. So you can use for daylight and night. But of course you gotta moisture your skin with, along with the retinol. So I use retinol serum with facial moisturizer for the nighttime.
Oh, nice. I'll definitely try it. We want to know a little bit more about you guys' experience, like when you joined the skincare industry, and also maybe for Coréelle. In the beginning, what was one of the greatest advices that you guys received when starting?
I think one of the most memorable advice that I received was just to be honest with our customers and be authentic with our brands, as well as be innovative throughout all stages, such as catching up with the latest trends and just constantly educating ourselves.
What do you guys usually do to keep up with the trend? I know as a brand, of course there's the whole team always looking up for it, but do you guys personally also try to keep up with it in some way?
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the best ways to keep up with the trends is kind of market research our competitors and just the skincare industry in general, because you know, trends go by fast.
Right. And I noticed that you guys have 2 major social media accounts now, which is your Instagram into Coréelle, and you also have a TikTok account. How do they differ? I know that they have like kind of different vibes. How do they go?
It's very different. Like, I would say that if Instagram is more like polished contents, TikTok is kind of more personable,
More wild.
Yeah, you can pretty much, you have to have your own color. You can't be too like advertising looking. It doesn't have to be perfect, and trend is very, very important in TikTok. Yeah.
So which one is more fun to make?
I think it's more harder to make is TikTok. But TikTok is also really fun. What do you think?
Instagram is more engaging with our community. TikTok, we are still exploring to our new followers.
Okay. Now I want to know the other side of this. Like, what was the biggest challenge that you guys faced as Coréelle in the beauty industry?
One of our biggest challenges is that we would like to stand out from the other brands by not being like them and having our own uniqueness. The competition gives Coréelle an opportunity to stand out from the other brands, but we are not just here to share the brands, but we also want to provide them with the how and why on our customer skincare journey and sharing K-culture.
Nice, that's great. Can you guys tell us more? How does that stand out on like all the things you guys do? Like, how do you show the K-beauty?
I think that we're really big on Instagram stories. We try to create content that's really engaging with our viewers, because I feel like that's how we get to know them even more and what kind of content they want. And a lot of them are educational contents that we try to put out.
Yeah, I think educational content is like a key point for everybody globally, because for some people, K-beauty is like been there forever, and some people are super new to it and like they just start like finding places that can actually ship to them.
Right.
Speaking of which, you guys ship to how many countries now?
I think we are shipping to 35 countries, I believe.
Wow, that's like a lot of countries.
We started to 2 countries when we first started, but right now it's 35 countries.
Was that a challenge?
Inventory management.
So, and then personally, what is one of the biggest challenges that you guys had when you joined like a skincare company?
I think for me, I've always wanted to work in a skincare company, because as a girl, I'm so interested in beauty and skincare. But at the same time, I didn't really know much about skincare. Like, I didn't know what like hyaluronic acid was, or like Centella or retinol. Like, I didn't know any of that. So I think just learning all of that was the most challenging.
Because before joining Coréelle, I used only facial toner and moisturizer for my skincare routine, like 2-step, very minimum. But right now, I'm picking up different skincare products depending on my skin type. So when I'm having trouble from mask, then I use Cica or tea tree oil serum. But like during the winter, it's super dry, so I use like facial oil and moisturizer together, and eye cream as a spa treatment as well. Yeah.
Do you guys have any other like fun story about your behind the scenes?
Our team members, they all have different backgrounds. Some of them from Canada, some of them from United States, and one person from Russia and another person from Japan. And it all makes all different stories while we are having lunch together or like discussing about something together, and it kind of brings all unique ideas to develop Coréelle better.
Sometimes you guys have to also reach out to brands. So what are their reactions when you say like, hey, would you like to be on Coréelle?
So our mother company has 20 years of experience in beauty industry. So we have a lot of connection to other brands, which gives us an access to source new brands.
Wow, that's really interesting. Like 20 years, oh my God, that's like a long time in the industry. Every month there is literally like really a new brand that comes up. So like, how do you guys keep track? How do you monitor and like kind of check if like, oh, this is some brand that could be good to approach next?
I personally use Instagram a lot to browse around, and also I do market research offline and online. And I think every season we have different key ingredients for the market. So let's say for the winter, maybe I'm searching for hyaluronic acid products from the other brands, and I'm finding a new product with cute packaging. And if it's clean beauty and sustainable packaging, then I will definitely reach out to them.
I think mainly, Instagram is my main thing. I use hashtag a lot. I try different hashtags and see, and also on TikTok too as well.
Do you guys have any questions for us?
We actually talked about it on our way to studio. We were wondering like how you guys started and like how you guys are keeping your community very strong, because we are still very like early stage to build our community and make it strong. But I see a lot of like much higher engagement on your Instagram, and you guys are expanding to other social medias very fast and well. So we were wondering about that.
I think our Instagram was one of our main points of engagement in the beginning when the app was still under development. For us, the community was always like the core of 𝗣𝗢𝗡𝗧. Without everybody there like sharing their thoughts and trying products, we would not be there, right? So we really like focusing on the educational aspects of like really teaching people how to use skincare. And the whole concept of 𝗣𝗢𝗡𝗧 came from that, like what ingredients are good for your skin? How do you learn about that? Like how can you understand better like what works based on your skin problems or not? There is all sorts of like educational posts from like super beginning stuff to some more like advanced ones like about retinol or like how to mix and match like different products into your routine and stuff like that. And from there, like we slowly started growing the 𝗣𝗢𝗡𝗧 community as well, because one of our core values is also like honesty. So we give them space to really like try and tell us what works and what doesn't with the products they're trying. And for us, that's really important because like, of course, brands want to hear like, oh, your product's great, I love it. But there's also the other side, right? When there is some issue with the product, that's also important. Like they also want to know, oh, maybe those ingredients are not like the best combination. Like there's too many people with some sort of irritation and stuff. So it's really nice that the community knows that they have a safe space to talk and to also share their ideas. So I think that's why 𝗣𝗢𝗡𝗧 grew so much. It's really a safe space to learn. And so we can wrap up this interview. What are your guys' plans or hopes for Coréelle in the next year or in the next few years?
Many consumers are looking to have beauty products along with health and wellness products together in one. And we at Coréelle want to be able to provide that for the next few years. Stay tuned because we have some things up our sleeves to help our friends to enjoy their true K life.
All right, guys. So follow Into Coréelle on their social medias if you haven't already, and also check out Coréelle.com if you haven't already, because we have this great deal going on, 30% off, and also this generous gift card. Thank you so much, Coréelle, for all this presents you're giving to the 𝗣𝗢𝗡𝗧 community.
Yeah, and thank you so much. Yeah, we appreciate the 𝗣𝗢𝗡𝗧 users for having so much support for Coréelle as well. And we're picking 5 winners who've applied to this event, and we'll be giving away a $100 gift card from our website, so you guys should apply.
So make sure to also follow 𝗣𝗢𝗡𝗧 everywhere and like subscribe and comment down below what you thought about this interview, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.